Okay, here is my 2019 Hayabusa. I'm going to go over some of the reasons why I went ahead and purchased it, and this is going to be sort of my review so far. I've put about 1,500 miles on it. I actually bought this as a used bike. It had 488 miles on it. The first owner owned it for a year and a half and only put 488 miles on it. I bought it from the dealership through a Suzuki dealer. So they perform the 500-mile oil change service that the dealer recommends to do at that point. I think I'm getting close to the next oil change. I bought the bike maybe 2 months ago, and I've put 1,500 miles on it in the last 2 months. Now, this bike is so wonderful to ride. I have to say, this has to be the smoothest bike I've ridden at all. And I've been riding pretty much since I was a young teenager. Rode everything from dirt bikes, four-wheelers, other sport bikes. My other bike is a Harley that I have. And, you know, you've seen one of my other bikes on some of my other videos. But this thing is amazing. I'm out here at my girlfriend's house, so I don't have my other bikes or my tools or really anything. The only thing I have here is a charger, just in case. But this bike is amazing. The mods that I've done to it so far, I went with the touring windscreen. I installed this tack form phone mount, but I took a ram mount, stem mounted deal, and just swapped out the ball so that I could use the tack form. I like tack form better. I know I need to tighten it down just a little bit more. The bike now has, I think 1,900 miles on it, I think is what it had. It should show. Yeah, 1908. So this thing is still relatively a new bike. It is amazing. I love it. Just talk about smoothness, just going through all the gears, just general suspension. I weigh about 230 pounds. This bike ergonomically is wonderful for a full-size man. Did I say I'm 5'8"? Just your body position on the bike is so much better. I did know that the original owner had put standoffs here on the handlebars to raise them up slightly. By doing that, it does get pretty close here, as you can see, for clearance. But no issues from what I can tell from raising it up, but it does get very, very close by having those. That was already done. I like it. I'm gonna leave it. I went with a Bagster tank cover. I have a bag ordered that fits into these clips. That's what Bagster does. That's kind of popular over in Europe. I changed out and put different covers. Went with a clear style tail light. These aftermarket pipes were already done, and of course I went with the fender eliminator kit, which I really like a lot. Cleans things up a little bit. Really, yeah, as you can see, I still have knobs on these things. You can see my chicken wings, chicken strips. So, I haven't been tearing up corners with it, but this thing will dip over. It feels very comfortable in the corners. I haven't had any issues with steering at all, just so smooth. One thing I did notice is, this is a complaint about a lot of Busas, is that you don't get a very good mirror positions. You can't see behind you very well. I went with just these extensions just to get the mirrors out a little bit and give me a little bit better blind spot vision. I'm looking at maybe I might change that and do something different, but you know, it's impossible to test drive one of these unless you're maybe buying from an individual, and I don't know if an individual will even let you ride one. It's very tough to find clean Busas when you're looking for them. So, you know, a dealer was my only option and nobody would let me do it. So what I did to purchase mine, I thought, man, I didn't know if I'd like the bike or not. You can't test drive them. It's like impossible to get anybody to let you test drive one. So what I did is I went ahead and said, I'll make payments. If I don't like it, I should still be able to get the money back, most of my money back out of it. So thought I'd drive it. Well, as soon as I got a chance to actually run this Busa, oh my goodness, I fell in love with it. This is basically all I want to ride anymore. And my Harley sits over at my house, and this one is over here at my girlfriend's house because I spend most of my time with her, of course, right? And this is what I like to ride. I do have the passenger set up for it, but I kind of like this cowl on it. I haven't done the modification to put the handrail on. I do have a handrail and a back seat for it, but if you want to have the handrail with the cowl, it bolts right back in behind here, and what a lot of people do is wind up having to cut out pieces of the cowl. I haven't committed to doing that yet. I might do it, but I'm still not sure. I have ordered some new seat covers for the bike, but that's mostly my mods. Like I say, I love this bike. Power's amazing. It's smooth as can be, just with everything. You have to watch out. You'll be going faster than you think you will because the bike is a heavier bike, so it's more like your cruisers where you just roll smooth. Wind doesn't affect you as much, especially when you're up on the highway. I hit the turnpikes a lot, so you know I'll go over 75 miles an hour pretty often. So yeah, wind, side winds, nothing affects me at all. Just the whole shape of the fairings and the windshield, you just don't get much wind interference with you. It's not hitting you real hard. And this is a bigger bike overall. It's not like all of the normal crotch rockets where you feel like you're all cramped up and your knees are gonna give out and your back's gonna give out. I just really don't have that with this bike like others, like R1s or R6s type bikes, you know, they're 600 and your liter bikes. I just don't feel cramped like I do on those bikes just because it's just a bigger bike. So that's kind of my review so far. Why did I pull the trigger? Because I couldn't test drive one. I always wanted one, you know. You can sit and have all kinds of bikes. Nobody even knows what they are. You can start saying what they are, R1s or R6s or GSX6s, or, you know, you can say, yeah, I have this kind of bike. A lot of people don't really know what you're talking about, but you say, hey, I'm on the Busa. Pretty much everybody knows what a Busa is, you know, because these have a iconic type of name. So on insurance, you're gonna have to fork up some money because this is super bike class. And it is for an experienced rider. I will have to admit that. The power could get away from somebody if they didn't have a lot of throttle control. And I have a really good understanding of what the throttle will do. And that could get away from somebody. I'm not a wheelie guy. I like to roll more touring style a little bit. So, you know, like kind of a sport tour kind of thing. And that's really kind of what I got the bike for. Have visions of doing other stuff to where I could have more luggage with me. But that's where we're at. You know, got the iconic Busa. It's really nice and smooth. Highly recommended, but you're going to pay on insurance. My insurance was like, I think 6 times what my Harley is. So, and it's almost 5 times what my last 600 was. So Yeah, that's my review. I'm very happy with it, and I would recommend them. If you have questions, let me know. I'm going to probably do some riding videos with this. All right, thanks, bye.